Hello, and welcome back to Through Imperial Eyes, our main news show, and we're here to talk about some more interesting Star Wars news. There's a little bit of a news drop today, some breaking news finally for us. We never get that. But I am your host, Braydon Leadbetter.
I'm your co-host, Jackson Daleen.
And we are here, we are alive, we are broken and sad from the rising storm.
Chilling.
But, we're just vibing over here.
Jackson, I've had time to grieve. You have,
Oh yeah, I'm fresh. I'm like numb.
Your wound is still fresh, yeah.
Yeah. But what have you been up to the past week or so?
Just working. I have been playing a lot of Star Wars Battlefront 2 on my computer, trying to get my levels back up and get all the stuff that I had. But I've also started playing Republic Commando. Which is very hard. Very, very hard.
Is it?
It's not what I necessarily expected. It's also the mouse is super sensitive and has old settings to not be able to change it. So I kind of have to the twitch of a thumb shoots me across the building and I'm just not. But I have to be really accurate for all my shots to hit. So it's a lot of spray firing and then I'm out of ammo and I got to fight my way through it. I'm just just messy. No, I've just been chilling. I've been working on Bloodline a lot. Reading a lot through Bloodline.
How far are you in Bloodline?
Probably about 10, 12 chapters in. They're trying to make Leia the first senator.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll see where that goes.
I'm kind of understanding, how this is kind of undwelling. And
it's so crazy because the story doesn't really kick into gear in Bloodline until a little bit over halfway through. Then it just
I can kind of tell that now. And I thought that it wasn't going to be like that. I thought that the mission that her and is it Casterfo go on. I thought that was going to be the plot of the book. Was their investigation on this. So now now that I'm back and I'm starting to kind of understand where the stories are going, but I'm also what's happening? Where is anything? No, I'm really enjoying how Claudia Gray is telling that story.
Only she can take a story that is so political and
make it so
would seem to be
too.
Mundane and be so entertaining and captivating. I love her writing.
Yeah,
so much.
It's really good. I love seeing Leia in this light because it's kind of a weird stage for Leia, and it's a weird stage to see Leia at this. Mm-hmm. No, and I'm really enjoying it.
Have you I don't know if they got too much into it. Have you gotten to the part where I don't want to spoil anything. Do you start to learn about a different perspective of what happened in episode 6 with
I know that
with the
Casterfo has his Rinnovan D's.
He calls her Hutt Slayer, hologram.
He's got the hologram. I've seen all that. Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, and
he loves that she killed Jabba.
I know. Yeah, Hutt Slayer, and he just casually calls her that. No, I really like that Rinnovan D's introduction and the describing his mini mansion, but then when they understand how all of his assets work, and it's just he just keeps the bare minimum for himself, but he still splurges.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a really interesting character, and you'll see what happens down the line, but it's awesome. Awesome.
No, I'm really excited. I'm glad that I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and I love that I'm back into books. I haven't been into books for so long,
Yeah. So. We'll have to start up Imperial Book Club here soon.
Yeah. What about you? What have you been doing?
Sorry, everybody. My printer's in the background screaming at me. Okay, it's just being weird.
You have mail. It's a fax.
I'm getting faxes in 2021. Yep, it's making sound still. We're gonna keep talking through. I don't think
I don't hear it. So yeah.
No, but funnily enough, I know yesterday, we were going to record this episode, and that didn't work out. But as soon as I got home, on my desk, I had 2 new Star Wars shirts. That my grandma was just kind enough to just find them and get them for me because she happened to be at Kohl's and saw them. There's a really cool Chewbacca one that says words of wisdom. It's a big picture of Chewbacca, and then just has grunts.
That's funny.
There's another really cool. There's Star Wars 1977 colorful X-wing one. It's really cool.
That reminds me. I took a blue X-Wing blue team rebel pilot and a Wookiee Lego figure today from Good. I found them going through Goodwill stuff, and I was like, I dumped it anyway. I dumped the whole thing because it was in shambles and pieces, and no set was together. But there was a bunch of minifigs, and I was just going through them. And the first thing I found was this Wookiee, and I was like, And as I was dumping it, I saw the blue pilot fall, and I was like, And I like went through and found them, and then just kind of quickly pocketed them.
There you go.
Yeah, I just thought that just reminded me.
What else? Finishing Rising Storm was very an emotional experience. It took me way too long to finish it. I've been so caught up with life stuff recently. I have had no time to read, and I finally got some time. I have this week off from work, and I just sat down and just powered through it. I had like 200 pages left. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to sit down and finish it. I don't even care.
Yeah, just burn through it.
And I couldn't put it down. It was just that last half of that book, man.
It's stellar.
You can't even breathe.
Yeah, no, and I was listening to that podcast today too, and they talked a lot about kind of just how Kevin Scott did a really good job pacing not many events in such a very like ordained way. Yeah, because there's so many points of view for like 4 things that happen, you know. But he just killer. He just
Well, we'll get into this more once we actually do the review itself. Hopefully we'll get that done maybe next week sometime at the latest. But it took me a little bit to like remember who people were. Because sometimes he'll bring someone up like in a scene, and then he'll bring them back like 100 pages later. I'll be like, wait, who's this again? He'll go back.
I had trouble with side characters because everybody had like their own posse of people. So like a lot of Chancellor So's people, I just could not remember who I was like, who are you? Was just like, okay, yeah.
I was like, you know what? There's got to be a reason.
And
I
like
don't really care.
Characters cross to like characters from one party meet with another, and you don't expect them to be together. So then you're like, wait a minute, who's this person? This isn't a Jedi. Who is this?
Yeah, but other than that, it was a really emotional experience, and it was a very captivating read. I couldn't put it down. Other than that, what have I done? I haven't really done much Star Wars wise.
How's been your figure hunts?
Dry. It is bone dry out in these parts. When it comes to figures, at least, you know, the main stores I usually go to, like Target and like that, they're just nothing. All the same stuff. They haven't. I really hope we're getting a Force Friday this year, next month.
I have been debating buying a deluxe Mando online. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and get it. I saw do you follow Yakface on Twitter?
No.
They're based out more west side, but they keep up to dates on all of the like figure websites and stuff, and like shoot out links. And if figures have been stocked and spotted in places, they'll report it. But they reveal, I think it was today or yesterday, that what it called, like a box of something, and the picture they showed was an empty box, but people were basically explaining the term with it was that it's usually a figure they release that's got a bunch of pieces to it, and the last one that did it was this Mandalorian set that I've been looking at, the one where he's got the jetpack and Grogu and the helmet comes off and all that stuff. But this new one that's supposed to be revealed is also supposed to be the Mandalorian. So people think it might be Cobb Vanth. People think it might be Boba Fett. And it's like the figure is like the black robe he wears, but then you can put the armor on him.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I thought that was neat. I think we'll probably hear some kind of news from that soon, but that was just from scouring the Twitter thread and just what people were speculating. But the image itself was a Mandalorian Black Series that had nothing in it. It just was an empty box. And they were like a new, God, what was it called? It was like a term that they called it. I'll have to look it up and find it later, but yeah, so.
Well, cool. I know we got some news stories this week. Not very many. It'll be a little bit of a shorter episode. But what do we got first?
So we're starting off. We got a new really cool Giancarlo Esposito interview. He is just a tremendous actor, I must say,
so
before I jump in. He's so good.
And if you're listening to this and you only know him as Moff Gideon, I'm begging you to watch Breaking Bad.
So full disclosure, I've never seen Breaking Bad.
Oh,
I know he's in it.
He is a powerhouse in Breaking Bad. If you like him in any way, he is the best.
Is he also in Better Call Saul?
I think he shows up in Better Call Saul. Yeah.
He was good in The Boys. He was one of those roles that I was surprised he ends up that you're like, oh, hey, it's
I haven't
him.
seen The Boys, so
he plays like the CEO of the entire company that the superheroes work for.
Oh, that's funny because he also plays a CEO in Breaking Bad.
Oh, that's funny. Then I can only imagine if they're similar characters or whatnot. But yeah, no, he plays just like he's not in it a lot. And he's not a big player, but like he also is a big player, if that makes sense.
Oh man, so, you got to watch Breaking Bad.
I do really. It's one of those shows that everyone's like, you got to do it. And I just haven't.
Once you start watching it, you're gonna want to binge it.
Hooked.
It is so good. Anyway,
yeah, maybe I will one day.
What's Giancarlo got going on?
So he said that right off the bat, filming is not happening yet for Mando season 3. It has not started yet. Which I like seeing this because it kind of low-key confirms that he's already going to be in it, you know?
Yeah.
Like there's going to be more of Moff Gideon. I hope he stays the consistent villain. Quote, they just finished shooting Boba Fett and soon they will start in season 3, Esposito said. He talked about the actual Mandalorian himself, Pedro Pascal, and how Pedro is working on The Last of Us in Canada, which... he doesn't expect that to hold up. It's been on schedule and has been doing well, and I'm very excited for that show too. It's going to be killer. Quote, we never have to wait on Pedro, Esposito said, noting that the title character wears a helmet a lot, leaving Pedro Pascal the option to voice the character when he can't be in the suit. But with Mando taking off his helmet at the end of season 2, many think that we're going to see more of Pascal's face. So season 3 is kind of important for Pedro's availability and presence. So yeah,
I think this upcoming season, he's going to be in the suit more than he has been the past 2 seasons.
I agree.
I think he's going to we're going to see him without his helmet a lot more often too, I think.
Yeah, and I think I bet you Mando season 3 will start with, or at least it'll show Pedro joining, or Din joining Bo-Katan's forces. And I think they're going to really hammer in that you don't have to take your helmet off for special occasions. You can do it casually. You can do it all the time.
Yeah, and I think they're really gonna hammer into the whole Darksaber thing and
really
what's gonna go behind that.
I am curious. A lot of people gave it a lot of crap when it came out, but they don't talk about how Bo-Katan accepted it last time she had the Darksaber. I bet you they will talk about that and kind of explain more, because there's a lot of people who watch The Mandalorian that like this is their first Star Wars. This is their first anything in that, or at least people who've only seen the movies. This is their first thing outside of that. So we kind of have to, I don't want to say baby it, but like you got to re-explain stuff, and there's a lot of content to know. So you got to figure out what's important. And
there's ways of going about it to where you don't have to like, explain the entire plot of
you don't have to have
the Mandalorian arc,
a whole episode.
That's
it's just it's a crash course with Dave Filoni.
Yeah, that'd be funny. Like if they like uploaded like a funny thing to Star Wars YouTube channel where
it's just him in a classroom. He's like, "Hey guys, this is my board. We're going to talk about the Darksaber today."
Yeah.
So yeah.
But cool. Let's move on here. This actually dropped today. This is kind of breaking news. Disney Parks shows off its first commercial and pricing for the Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser, which we talked about I think last week. And here's what the package entails before I go through the pricing. So it looks like you get a 2-night stay in a cabin or suite, ongoing immersive and interactive entertainment where choices determine your experience, food and beverage on the Starcruiser, excluding alcoholic and specialty beverages, and a quick service meal at Docking Bay 7 food and cargo or other select locations at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Admission to Disney's Hollywood Studios for your planetary excursion to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. You get valet parking and an exclusive Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser data band, which is, the Magic Band, the Disney Magic Band.
Yeah.
And the pricing is as follows. It's pretty wild.
No, I saw these.
For 2 guests, it is $1,209 per guest per night. Each per guest per night in a cabin, or $4,809 total. For 3 guests, it is $889 per guest per night, or $5,299 total. And for 4 guests, this is only just like if you wanted to go with a few of your buddies, $749 per guest per night, or about $6,000 total. So if you and your buddies want to get together, $2,000 each.
Yeah, an easy $10,000 you guys all want to split.
Yeah, it's wild, and that's. I mean, it is food included and everything like that.
Yeah, it's like everything. Yeah,
but it's also like man, who's gonna be able to afford that?
I saw a tweet that was the people who can afford Galaxy Starcruiser, and it's all of the people playing in Canto Bight. It's a shot of all of the celebrities and people. I mean,
to be fair, it will be a really cool, customizable experience,
sure.
and it's a once in a lifetime.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Like it's one of those things where you go, you do it, you say that was fun, that was cool, and you never do it again.
Never ever do it again. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus, $4,000 for just
like maybe if my life depended on it, I would empty out my savings to go.
Yeah, right. And you would want to stay. Obviously, you don't want to just go for a weekend. So you'd stay in Florida, even if you did move hotels. But that's another
because it's only 2 nights. It's 2 nights.
I know. That's kind of what I'm stuck on. Is it's the 2 nights, and I get that. I
wonder when the check-in is on the first day. I wonder if you're there early and then you get that full day. So you'd be a 3 days.
Or do it.
Or if it's you check in afternoon on one day, you're there for a full day, and then you got to leave early. So it's basically 2 nights, but you really only get 1 full day there,
Yeah, that might be what it is.
Because I wonder if it's you check in at 3 p.m.
Because obviously from the trailer too, they get attacked, and it talks about how you can align with either the First Order or the Resistance. I bet you it'll end the attack will end, and it's just okay, we escaped, we're back here, get off.
Yeah, because I'm wondering if it's one of those things. It's kind of like a hotel where you check in at 3 p.m. You have that night, you have that day and night. You get that 1 full day, and then you gotta check out at 11 a.m. on the 3rd day. So you really get 1 full day. Man, that's a lot of money for that. I mean, you do get it's basically everything included. You get even valet parking, you get park tickets, you get free food, except for alcoholic beverages. But still, is it even worth it at that point?
For doing that for a day and a half?
Essentially, yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. No,
that's pretty wild. Maybe the older it gets, the cheaper it'll get, but I don't see that happening in the foreseeable future, at least.
No.
So,
no, not unless enough people make a stir, or they don't make enough money off of it.
Yeah, or but people are going to go do it.
It's Disney. Yeah,
even if they can't afford it, people are going to get loans out to go do this.
People are going to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see, but it's not something I'm ever gonna be able to afford to do anytime soon. So cool. What do we got next?
So up next, a little news thingy. It's kind of a rumor, but it's kind of just what we're speculating with it. A new book placeholder that was codenamed on the website Penguin Random House showed that a placeholder for a space opera titled Proxima appeared to have with a release date of March 1st of 2022, and it's codenamed Proxima, and it will be written by Ballantine, which is apparently that's the unusual part of this. It's it's weird. It's a
usual placeholder name for Star Wars authors.
Why that? So it's like I said, it's supposed to be released March 1st, 2022. Are we thinking it's going to be kind of its own thing, or do you think it'll be more?
I think it's gonna be a Lady Proxima book.
Yeah, probably.
From Solo. It's gonna be a Lady Proxima book. Because I wonder if this is kind of interesting. I wonder if, with the Lando series, which we haven't heard anything about, I'm wondering if they will use novels and stuff to kind of, because I wonder if they're going to tie in Han with the Lando series at all, or if it's just going to be a Lando series. Who knows? But I'm thinking because Proxima was like a big part of Han Solo's youth in Solo. So I'm wondering, I don't know, I'm talking out of my butt here, but I'm just wondering what is the reason for releasing a Proxima book, if that is what this is. We don't know. But if this is a Proxima book, what's the point in releasing it 3 years after Solo?
It may just be an early Han Solo book, and it's
like a young Han Solo book.
But the villain is Lady Proxima.
Yeah, who knows?
And it ends with wherever Solo starts with.
Yeah, but the thing about that is
it's weird.
And you also just how it's going to end. Like okay, fair. This is where this is going.
Yeah, I bet you could say that with literally anything that would go with Lady Proxima.
Yeah, so I don't know. Who knows? I mean, it could just be literally just a code name, and then it's going to be something entirely different. And they were just like, let's codename it Proxima because it's just this quirky character from Solo, but it's totally something else.
Let's think of this. Who are people like Lady Proxima that would have a book that makes sense?
Oh.
And do you think it'll be High Republic, or do you think it'll be its own era?
Give me a Sid book.
Honestly, that's kind of what I was thinking. That's kind of what I was leaning towards is Sid. Where did Sid come from? All that fun stuff. Yeah, honestly, that would be fun. So yeah, that's all that is about that. Just kind of obviously we'll get to figure out whatever that is, and we'll find out.
Yeah, it's got to be announced soon if it's coming out next March.
Yeah, right.
So whatever it is, if it even we don't even know. Nothing's confirmed. Could just be nothing. But
watch it
just kind of moving on here. So I don't know if everybody saw, but there is a new photo from the that Star Wars Disney Gallery Mandalorian that's supposed to be coming out about the Luke Skywalker thing. There's a new photo that came out
this month, doesn't it?
Yeah, it comes out in a couple weeks actually. So there was a new photo that came out showing Mark Hamill on set holding Grogu, and we got R2-D2 next to him over there. A couple things about this. One, I know we heard a little early on, like right after this episode aired, that a lot of the actors said they didn't even know that Mark Hamill would be in the show. Like apparently he was not on set with everybody else. So I'm wondering if they shot Mark on set on a different set.
Yeah.
And
also brought him in later, like finished all of the.
Yeah, and I mean, Ming-Na Wen even said that R2 was painted green when they were on set, just to hide the fact that it was even R2.
Huh.
Because I know a lot of people were told. I remember Katie Sackhoff saying that she was told that it was like by Dave Filoni that it was going to be Plo Koon.
Yeah.
At the end there. So I don't know. Do you think there's anything to be learned or revealed from this BTS kind of documentary we're going to be getting?
I think everyone's going to watch it for the reason of how extensively did they use Mark, especially for the deepfake.
And to see Mark. Yeah.
Yeah, and to see Mark. I'm curious to watch all of this and then like even see how secretive it was, like who all knew.
Yeah, what levels they went to in order to keep this secret, because this is the one thing from season 2 that did not get leaked at all.
Just blew everyone
Ahsoka
away.
got leaked, Cobb Vanth got leaked, Boba Fett got leaked,
Bo-Katan
got leaked. Yeah, everyone got leaked besides Luke.
And it's just
wild.
Yeah, I was definitely interested. I was really disappointed that they didn't add it in the season 2 gallery episode.
I was confused on why, and then I was like, COVID. Yeah, I'm sure.
I guess, but like you could at least talked about it a little bit. But like, I'm also glad that we're getting its own episode. Like, that's all we're talking about.
I think it's supposed to be like a 30-minute to 45-minute little episode of Disney Gallery. So it'll be cool to see.
Yeah, that'll be good content.
What do we got next? Wrapping up our news stories.
So this one was fun. This was just announced yesterday, I believe. But a new Lego Star Wars movie will be coming out on Disney Plus. These are kind of fun and cute and quirky. But Lego Star Wars Terrifying Tales is coming in October on Disney Plus. Disney and Lucasfilm have just announced an all-new animated special in the vein of last year's blocky holiday special. In time around, the story will be spooky, but still family-friendly, and take our heroes to Mustafar in a non-canon post-Episode 9 romp. The synopsis reads as follows. Quote, after the events of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, Poe Dameron and BB-8 make an emergency landing on the volcanic planet Mustafar, where they meet the greedy and conniving Gabala the Hutt. The crime boss has purchased Darth Vader's castle and is renovating it into the galaxy's first all-inclusive Sith-inspired luxury hotel.
I love that so much.
I saw that as a tweet that was like, all-inclusive Sith-inspired luxury hotel is the best thing to read.
I love it.
While waiting for his X-Wing to be repaired, Poe, BB-8, Gabala, and Dean, a plucky, courageous young boy who works as Gabala's mechanic, venture deep into the mysterious castle with Vader's loyal servant Vanay. Along the way, Vanay shares 3 creepy stories linked to ancient artifacts and iconic villains from across all eras of Star Wars. As Vanay spins his tales and lures our heroes deeper into the shadowy underbelly of the castle, a sinister plan emerges. With the help of Dean, Poe, and BB-8, Poe and BB-8 will have to face their fears, stop an ancient evil from rising, and escape to make it back to their friends. It will debut on October 1st exclusively on Disney Plus. This is gonna slap.
It's gonna be
this
so
is gonna
fun.
be awesome.
It's like did you watch the holiday special, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Bonkers, like
It's so funny and stupid. I love it so much.
No, yeah, this will be a lot of fun, and all of those shorts too on Disney Plus are really fun too, and like the animated movie, the Lego animated movies.
Did you ever watch the Freemaker Adventures? It was on Disney XD or something. It was on like during the day, like during the week, and it was called
Daytime Disney.
Yeah, it was called Lego Star Wars: The Freemaker Adventures. It was actually kind of a cute little fun show. It's not canon or anything.
Yeah, I don't think anything Lego is canon.
No, Lego Star Wars isn't really canon. But this will be another one, just one of those fun Lego. It'll be very holiday special-esque. It'll be cool to see Mustafar again.
I kind of wanted it to be, and I hope it does end up being like the Simpsons, like Treehouse of Horrors, where they just go through random, like they just tell different scary stories with those characters.
Or like the stories are alternative versions of like things that have happened in the galaxy. Like Anakin slaying the younglings, but it's like an alternative version of it. Or that'd be funny.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Or isn't the murder of children hilarious?
The Youngling Slayer 9000.
The Youngling Slayer 9000. But
the famous. I can't pull it off my wall. Never mind. I was gonna pull it off and ignite it, but break it.
So do we have this coming out on October 1st? Do we have a release date for Book of Boba Fett, or do they just give us a ballpark still?
December. That's all it says, December.
Yeah, so I mean it'll be October 1st, and then 2 months later, hopefully we'll be getting Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, that's all I want.
I know.
That's all I need.
Do you think at this point, are you more excited for Book of Boba Fett, or are you more excited for Kenobi?
I want to say Book of Boba Fett, just because I don't know how they're going to tell that story. How do you bring back a character and then like give him the spotlight that everyone's kind of been wanting for?
Yeah.
Whereas with Obi-Wan, we've gotten a lot of Obi-Wan content, and like there is a lot of Obi-Wan, but that isn't saying I don't think about Kenobi every day. You know, like I'm very, very, very excited for Kenobi, but I also don't know enough.
Yeah, I think that's what excites me most about Kenobi, is that we're exploring an era that we know nothing about.
Yeah.
So I think if it was between, if I could only watch one or the other, I would have to say Kenobi. But
yeah, I'm just interested to see what they'll pull off with Book of Boba Fett.
It'll be cool. It'll be
it'll be cool either way. And I know Kenobi is probably going to be more of like a drama. Which I am big hype about that for.
Yeah.
That's gonna be rad.
This will be more of like a cool action piece.
Something I can turn
every
my brain
episode will
off,
have
but
set
just
pieces.
Fanboy over it.
Yeah, every episode will have big set pieces, so it'll be cool to see. Well, cool. I think that just about does us for this week. A little bit of a shorter episode, as we said. But if you'd like to find us on the social medias, you can find us on Instagram through Imperial Eyes Pod, Twitter at Imperial Eyes Pod, and YouTube through Imperial Eyes Podcast. Jackson, where can they find you? As always, you can find me on Twitter at QuacksonScaline. That's QUACKSON, and then scaling like the triangle. And then you can follow my photography Instagram, which is Daleen_photography, which is DALEEN_photography.
Yeah, Braydon, what are your socials?
My socials are as follows. You can find me on Instagram at braydonleadbetter, and you can find me on Twitter at braydonleadbetter. You can find me on Letterboxd at bleadbetter. And do not forget to hit up our Apple Podcast, leave that rating, leave that review. It really helps out the show and helps us get some more listens. And if you don't have that, you can hit up our Spotify, all of our other podcast streaming platform things. Leave that subscription, leave that rating, leave that review. Everything helps. Even if you just, press the play button and mute us, that's also cool too.
We'll take it, yeah.
We'll take it, yeah, honestly. And if you didn't know, we might have a late Bad Batch this coming weekend. We'll try to get it in as soon as possible. We try to give dates when it comes to Bad Batch, but every time we tell you guys when we're going to release an episode, it doesn't happen. So
Honestly,
we're not going to do that.
It comes out on the weekend.
It comes out this weekend. We'll say that.
Or it won't.
Or it won't. And if it doesn't, we didn't say it did.
Yeah, or if
Did that make sense?
If it does, we did.
We did. How about that? That's pretty good. We should patent that.
That's gonna be our motto for Bad Batch. That's our closing, and be like, all right. And if we released it this week,
if it doesn't, we didn't say it did. And if it does, it did.
Yeah.
How about that? And then, as always, if you don't really care about Bad Batch, you can check us out back here next week talking about some news next Thursday, so be sure to do that. And until we see you the next time, may the Force be with you.